not full... How is that full screen? That's not fucking full screen.
Has it got the faces at the bottom? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it's got the face at the bottom, and it's like a massive, like, black bar around it.
If you have the middle one, you can hide members, and then that just...
Hi, Valiant Bro.
Where?
Over the faces, there's a hide members button.
Oh!
Yeah, downward
okay.
chevron.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's change the overlay. Fine, tired. Chad agreed the Futanori Eva Green should be called to talks. True, Eggy.
I'm just gonna tell Grok to keep the responses to a single paragraph. Also, I paid money because if I only get the limited number of responses per hour, we're gonna run out of responses.
You can run out of responses?
You run out of requests, yeah.
I've only ever run out of picture requests because it can only do like 20 pictures.
I mean,
but I've never run out of text requests.
Well, the issue is that you give, you take very long text requests from it, and those take up a lot of time to get through.
I guess that's true, especially if you're having think on. It takes like 2 minutes to think. I don't even want to know what pics you were generated. Hey, Mayo. They were definitely pics, including everyone in chat.
Okay, actually, here's a question. We want something fantasy or sci-fi?
Why not mix? Have like a fantasy world that has sci-fi technology.
Okay.
Magic in space.
Let's say fantasy setting with sci-fi elements.
I just watched Cloud Atlas today, so. Should have known Talks would have gone for the curveball.
Should we ask Grok to give us a goal, or should we come up with a goal on our own?
We'll get him to give us a goal, and if it sucks, we'll make something.
Okay.
So if any of the prompts that it gives suck, we'll just replace them. Like if it's like story building elements, and it's like gets confusing because it's like repeating the same thing, like sometimes it breaks like that. Yeah, I want to find out so badly why the frig this won't let, like, if I could just log into my Twitch account, but it won't let me log into my Twitch account. I think I might have to change my password, because I don't know what my password is, because I had to change my password so many times because of fucking bullshit. And it won't let you use an old password, so I've used like 20 different fucking passwords, so I never remember my password.
Okay, so here's the prompt. We're going to play a role-playing game where you act as game master and provide challenges for the characters I play to overcome. When challenges arise, you get to determine whether a character succeeds or fails to do something based on your own judgment. Keep your responses to a single paragraph, because we don't want to be reading a book. We want to be responding snappily.
All right.
And then give us a fantasy setting with sci-fi elements and a goal to achieve in that world.
Hell yeah! Sounds great. Let's do it.
Etherion, where arcane spires pulse with quantum energy and dragons soar alongside sleek hover ships. You are a band of adventurers seeking the Chronoscepter, a relic capable of rewriting time to prevent the catastrophic void surge that threatens to unravel reality in 6 days.
Oh shit, we're on a time limit.
Is giving us a party. I don't care about the party. We begin in the neon-lit city of Starhaven, where rumors suggest the scepter lies hidden in the forbidden vault beneath the city's core. Your first challenge: infiltrate the heavily guarded Sky Spire, a floating fortress controlled by the Technomancer Guild, to steal a decryption key from their archives. Describe your approach, and I'll judge your success.
Okay, I'm gonna be the dick, and I'm gonna be like, first security guard we get, We get arrested, right? Then we get pulled into the building. Then we're inside the building. And then from there, we have to break our way out. That's my suggestion.
Okay, well, I think first we should rewrite the carries that we were given.
Probably.
Do we care about these? So, what is the character you'll be playing? Or should we start with the,
My character is a very, like, forward acting, like, he's the kind of person you have to, like, grab onto his arm and pull him back and be like, hey, bud, don't do that. So he's, like, extremely impulsive, but he thinks that he thinks deeply, but he really doesn't. So he thinks that he's smart, but he's really stupid. And he gets himself into all kinds of, like entanglements because of this. But he is smart in one way. He's good, he's got, like, amazing charisma, and he's really good at talking to people.
So street smart?
Yeah.
Okay. But what are they?
I'm a mystic.
Oh, did you say a mystic?
Yeah.
Okay. What species? Human?
No, mystic is the species.
Ah. Mystic's typically a role, like a job.
Like this.
In normal parlance.
Like from the Dark Crystal.
Ah. Okay.
Like, this is my species. I'm a mystic.
Yeah, I think if you say I'm playing a mystic, they'll think, okay, like,
just
job's a mystic.
Be like from Dark Crystal. Be like mystic species, Dark Crystal. It'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Like mystic.
Put the my species, like the character species, is mystic.
Okay. This is a very difficult thing to learn. Okay. Mystic species from Dark Crystal. He?
Yes.
Or
he.
they? Or
he.
she?
He.
He is street smart and suave.
Yeah. Sure.
Suave?
Sure. Let's say that.
Any particular other skills?
He's like a creature tamer. He has the ability to talk to animals.
Actually, I was going to say talk to. And befriend them?
Or like turn them into slaves.
Turn them into slaves?
Yeah. I'm like really good at talking and they're not very smart. So like I convince them, I compel them to basically work for me. To do my bidding. That's perfect. I love it. Yeah, I convince dumb animals to do my bidding for me. I love this character already.
Okay. I'm gonna be an elderly dwarven artificer. Let's do like a
Chat, you guys gotta come up with a character too. What kind of character should we make for the chat character? that you guys can input what you want to do with. Okay, Eggy, the chat character is going to be a very small giant. So she's like a dwarf giant. So she's only like 8 feet tall. She's not like 16 feet tall. She's just a really, really short giant. And then have Grok come up with the rest of the features for her. Other than knowing that she's a Futanari and she's very sexual. And she tries to mount all the other characters sometimes. We gotta be like, get off! Go away! Like, you're a dwarf, you're like 2 feet tall, get out of here.
He's gonna be
We're gonna be bricked the whole time. Exactly, Eggy. It'll make the challenge even harder.
So the third character is a short giant.
Oh yeah, a really short giant, so 8 feet tall.
A giant with dwarfism, I'm just gonna say.
Sure. That's perfect.
At a mere 8 feet tall. And then
Specifically say she's a hermaphrodite.
And I'm just gonna say hermaphroditic. Is that not the right conjugation? That's right, I just misspelled it. I missed the R. Hermaphroditic giant.
Female.
I'm
Hermaphroditic
just gonna say her
giant.
and have it infer.
Okay. Don't stop, Levi. I'm so close.
The rest of the details about her. I should flesh out some of these just a bit more.
My character's a loner. Despite being really good at talking to people, he doesn't like talking to people. It's like he has to. He likes talking to animals. Because they do his bidding. It's a lot harder to get people to do what you want. And people talk back a lot more. And that's kind of like the reason why he's so good at talking, is because his entire goal is to make it so he never has to interact with that person again. So he'll have the longest conversation with someone to make sure that he never has to talk to them again.
So the Dwarven Artificer, I've written close friends with anyone he shares a drink with.
Perfect.
Actually, weapons. We should get some weapons as well.
I have a slingshot that shoots, I'm like...
Okay, Squirrel Girl.
Oh,
misspelled wields.
It's a, like, advanced slingshot. So it's got, like, you know, like a magazine attached to it. So you can you can load up the magazine and then, like, and it, like, auto shoots. So it's kind of like a crossbow slingshot. An automatic slingshot? Okay, yeah, that's good.
Any melee weapon?
I use a staff, but it's kind of like a maul in the fact of it's like really thin and long, but it has like a small, really, really heavy metal ball on the end of it. And and I smash people in the face with it. Because they don't expect my agility, because I'm like kind of small and I move really slow. But if I use my tail, I can move really quickly. So I like kind of bait people into not expecting my speed, and then I like one tap people. But it's like if I can't one tap you, I'm pretty fucked in a fight physically.
So is this short? I'm gonna say short metal staff. Just because I can't bog it down with too much information.
Yeah, no worries. This is going to be an amazing book, guys.
There's a crossbow and an old saber. Right? Yeah.
Oh, you know what we need? We need some legitimate fucking...
Anyway. Let's am I pushing this?
Sorry, what?
Am I sending this through to Grok now?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Oh yeah, they have his names. I didn't even think about names.
Me neither.
Okay, so in the shimmering realm of Etherion, where sorcery intertwines with quantum tech, your trio seeks the Chronoscepter to halt the impending void surge that will unravel existence in 6 days. Your party consists of Zephyr, a suave mystic with animal-compelling powers and a loner's edge, wielding an automatic slingshot and a metal staff. Grunthar, good name.
Nice.
Really good names, both of them so far. A blunt dwarven artificer, skilled in trap making, armed with a crossbow and an old saber, who bonds over drinks but distrusts strangers. And Silka, an 8-foot hermaphroditic giant with dwarfism, a techno-shaman with a vibrant personality, wielding a plasma-etched warhammer and a hollow shield that projects defensive runes.
Damn!
Driven by a quest to prove their worth despite societal prejudice. You start in Starhaven's neon underbelly, where the Scepter's trail leads to the Forbidden Vault. Your first challenge, bypass a sentient security drone patrolling the Sky Spire's outer perimeter to reach the Archive's access terminal.
Silka kind of base, to be honest. True.
I'll judge your success. Okay, so our task, bypass a sentient security drone patrolling the Sky Spire's outer perimeter to reach the Archive's access terminal. Was the Archive mentioned in the earlier thing?
Yeah, we need to get to the Archive. We're looking for a decryption key to get to their archives. Or the decryption key is from their archives. Yeah, and then we use that to get into the library.
Okay, Sky Spire. What is a Sky Spire exactly? Should I intuitively know what that is?
I'm guessing it is just what they call it, but it's probably just like a skyscraper, but it's done in like, let's say like a, spire kind of dystopian, futuristic, like
maybe
spikes coming out of the ground kind of idea.
Like
that's what I envision.
The Jetsons' homes.
So, that's interesting. Yeah, how they're on like
so
the
like,
tiny poles.
Like you got a giant pillar coming up from the ground, and there's a city on a big flat surface there. And we're in the, we're there in the sky, on the Sky Spire, but there's a patrol.
Bespin. Is that a name?
Bespin?
I don't know what Bespin is.
That sounds familiar.
Oh, it's a planet.
Right.
Oh, that's Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's where what's his face is, right? Lando.
Lando? Yeah. I think so. Okay, well... any suggestions on how to approach this from chat?
Yeah, my thought still stands. I was gonna go up and kind of try and distract the security probe while you guys snuck in.
Oh yeah.
And then I was gonna get I don't know. Ask. Hold on. Before we start, ask. I'm thinking about like the status of the city. Like, are there rats around on the city? Like, can I get like a bunch of rats to attack this thing, kind of thing? Or like, you know, like I go up to it and I'm like, hey, can you help me, kind of thing, and get the patrol thing to help me, and being like, have all these rats start trying to attack me, and have the patrol bot try and defend me while you guys sneak in, and then have it kind of overwhelmed by the rats as I run away.
I'm gonna say rats or other similar.
Yeah, or other
maybe
similar
mouse
like rodents.
because this sort of gives it a no
whoops.
but.
I'm glad that didn't shatter. That could have been really bad. Silka could strut fast and get a head count. That's true, Eggy. That's true. I mean, technically that's your character because you're at the moment the only one fucking talking in chat. So, I like your idea. But it's a robot, so like, is she gonna be able to defend against a? Is she gonna be able to like, you know? I guess we could use that as a backup plan. So get Silka to go in first, and then if that doesn't work, then I'll use the rats as a backup plan.
This is. So I'm just gonna ask about the
yeah, just ask
rats?
about the rats, and we'll see. We'll see if I can get anything around. Zephyr, with his keen mystic senses attuned to the animal world, picks up the faint psychic chatter of a sizable rat colony scurrying through the Sky Spire's understructure. These cyber-augmented rodents, their eyes glowing with faint red implants, are common in Starhaven's neon underbelly, feeding on discarded tech scraps and nesting in the forest's ventilation shafts. Their presence is strong near the perimeter where the security drone patrols, particularly around a maintenance grate close to the access terminal. They seem skittish but numerous, potentially manipulatable with Zephyr's compelling abilities. How does the party proceed with this knowledge to bypass the Sentinel security drone? Describe your approach. I'll judge your success. I'm going to read my parts because I want to do some reading. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of us taking turns because I can't read them.
Yeah, I'm like, you probably don't want to read everything and have me kind of sitting here. It doesn't seem very fair.
Yeah. So you were gonna have the rats appear to attack you? And what's Silka doing during this?
So what we're going to do for plan A... So plan A is we're going to have Silka walk out. And she's going to try and distract the guard by basically trying to fuck him. Even though I think it's a patrol robot, right? So I don't know if this is going to work.
Silka.
Valium boy, welcome, welcome. How's it going, bro? 95% writing. 29,876. You're doing good, Valium boy.
It?
Yeah, attempt to seduce it.
And then Zephyr and what was his name? Grunther.
We try to sneak past.
Name Zephyr and Grunther will attempt to sneak past.
Grunther, I hardly know her.
Should I read this one or should you?
I don't know. Up to you.
I guess I'll read this one then. Silka strides boldly towards the sentient security drone, their 8-foot frame exuding charisma as they project a flirtatious hologram from their holoshield, attempting to charm the drone's AI with techno-shamanic allure. The drone's sensors flicker, momentarily distracted by the unusual interaction, but its core programming holds firm, locking onto Silka with a warning scan. Meanwhile, Zephyr, using his mystic guile, compels a swarm of cyber rats to create a diversion, scattering across the drone's path, while he and Grunther creep toward the maintenance grate near the access terminal. Grunther's blunt impatience nearly betrays them as he grumbles, but Zephyr's quick staff tap silences him. So you sort of
bonk him on the head.
The drone, torn between Silka's seduction and the rat swarm, hesitates just long enough for Zephyr and Grunther to slip through the grate, though Silka must now disengage without triggering an alarm. Success for Zephyr and Grunther. Silka, describe how you extract yourself, and I'll judge the outcome. Oh, we've got a call specifically for chat.
Alright, chat, how do you deal with this? Oh, that was sick. That was weirdly awesome. Hell yeah, Eggy. This is what it's all about, bro. We are inventing a new type of streaming.
The other day I was using Grok just to test how the thing I was writing would work for running a game in.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it just generate some stuff. Or generate a character in this setting I've just written. And, give them character motivations. Just to make sure that it was a setting that characters could function in. And did a pretty good job, so allow maybe switching these roles a little bit as well. This is good so far.
I'm having fun.
But yeah, we do need Silka to describe how they extract
Can she
themselves.
project a senior guard for a half second and distract him? Well, that's a good idea, Eggy. I like that. I like that. You're thinking with your dick there, man.
Zephyr will attempt to. I'm gonna say.
No, it's not Zephyr. It's Silka. Silka.
All right, Silka. My bad.
That might fuck the AI up a little bit.
To project. I'm gonna write holo project. Just. Yeah.
The AI's already stated this is a thing she can do, so it set up the world. We're just using the
Project. An image of the more senior officer drone. Use that to buy a moment to escape. It's fine wording. We'll attempt to holographically project an image of a more senior officer to the drone and use that to buy a moment to escape.
Why are you doing this on the one day I actually have work, Iggy Mayo? I'm sorry, man. That's the way it is. Life sucks.
Anyway, is this a good thing?
Yep, works for me.
Silka, with a deft flick of their holoshield, projects a convincing holographic image of a stern Technomancer guild officer, complete with authoritative insignia and a commanding voice, ordering the sentient drone to stand down for a routine inspection. The drone's sensors pause, its AI processing the unexpected override, granting Silka a fleeting window to slip away toward the maintenance grate where Zephyr and Grunther wait. However, the drone's advanced protocols begin cross-referencing the officer's credentials and a faint alarm hum suggests the ruse may not hold long. Silka reaches the grate just as the drone's lights flare, indicating partial success. Silka escapes, but the drone is now on heightened alert, tightening security around the access terminal. Describe the party's next move to reach the terminal inside the Sky Spire, and I'll judge your success.
Shit, so we alerted them. But that's okay, we made it in.
We're near the maintenance grade. I assume we'll just...
I just mean, like, now there might be heightened security inside as well. Yeah. So, we might have just gone from easy to normal. We did what we could.
Here's a fun bit of DM trivia. You can tell players that what they've done has made the challenge more difficult without actually doing that. You can say, oh, you can expect that this will make them ramp up security, but you're just going to use the same encounter. They're just going to think, oh, this is the harder version of the fight. They never get to fight the easier version, so it doesn't matter if it's
the same or different, right? So it's like, you can have trees in the story that seem like they have a certain outcome, but as long as only one of those trees can ever be taken, it doesn't matter if the outcome is actually different, because they only ever play through one version of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, if you say something makes something easier, then you shouldn't have that thing still be a serious problem.
Yeah. Like, if they roll a 1, like that's what I used to do, is I'd be like, hey, if you roll a 1 in this situation, it's like, you add 5 more enemies. If you roll a 20, you only add 1 enemy.
Yeah, but also, like, if, they distract the guards, it would suck if they failed by getting surrounded by guards. They set a diversion in the eastern quarter, and they go do a crime in the western quarter, and they get surrounded by guards. That's kind of... we're at the diversion. But if one really powerful guard shows up, and he doesn't have, like, he's got, like, maybe 2 dudes behind him, yeah, that's obviously a lessened guard presence.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, oh, I thought something suspicious was up.
Should we get the rats to guide us?
Oh, that's a good idea. Through the maintenance?
Yeah, like, as far as, like, they know, get us through, like, this great, like, grating and piping or whatever we're in, because I'm guessing we're in the sewers now.
Yeah. Well, through the, I guess the shaft?
Yeah, maintenance shaft.
Maintenance. I'm gonna say tunnels.
I'm not the only one who can't spell.
Like...
it's like, it's a sign of, if you're a doctor, you have terrible penmanship. If you're a writer, you don't know how to spell. Too many words.
Trust in the direction.
I feel like I'm in the cuck chat instead of the cuck chair.
How specifically did it address the rats? It
cyborg?
This one.
Rats?
It's rat colony.
Sizable rat colony.
But
like, they're genetically engineered or, like, grafted with technology.
I guess they're just rats.
Exactly. I have a decently large spoken vocabulary, but not writing those words often. I have no clue how to spell many of them. Yeah, it's because, like, these words don't come up in normal writing. Like, if you're writing a report in, like, a work report that's, like, using, like, legal language or, like, corporate language, like, 90% of your vocabulary isn't going to show up in that. And if you're not using that vocabulary consistently, you're not gonna know how to spell those words.
Yeah. But here's the issue. Maintenance.
Yup. I love English.
So, that's sort of a goofy one. I think that's a justifiable, because it's an awkward reduction. It's not like, I know some things it's pronounced a certain way, but you can tell from the meaning of the word that it should be spelled a certain other way.
Yeah. That's just intuition that doesn't work very well with English. One example is shipwright, which I thought was 2 words. Then to say 25, it's 25. Yep.
I don't hyphenate numbers personally.
I usually only write out numbers less than 10. If the number is above 10, then I'll just put the actual number.
Alright, so we're tasking the rats.
Grammarly throws a fit if you don't.
Leveraging his mystic connection again, compels the cyber rat colony to scout the spire's maintenance tunnels, their glowing eyes darting through the maze of conduits and vents to find a safe path to the access terminal. The rats return with a route that avoids major security nodes, but passes perilously close to a power conduit emitting erratic quantum pulses, risking detection or injury. So power conduit we're going to have to pass by the sounds of it. Zephyr and Gruntha navigate the cramped, humming tunnels, with Silka's 8-foot frame barely squeezing through, their hollow shield dimmed to avoid attention. Gruntha rumbles about the tight space, but his trap-making expertise spots a pressure plate, which he disarms with a quick sabotage. The rat's guidance proves true, leading the party to a vent overlooking the terminal chamber. Though the quantum pulses have slightly scrambled Zephyr's slingshot targeting system. Success, you've reached the terminal's vicinity undetected, but describe how you handle the terminal's biometric lock and the lingering pulse interference to access it. So we're by the terminal chamber.
Eggy is all over this. Silka used the hollow shield to reduce the strength of the pulse interference while Levi does the lock.
Honestly, that was about... I had thought that the Artificer would be the one to handle a biometric lock. And I'm going to note that Zephyr plays Lookout while this is all going on.
Sorry, I'm... like... that your character does the lock.
Yeah, how does a hollow shield fight pulsing interference actually?
Because it's like it's a shield, right? So it's like if she holds the shield up to it, if it's a real shield, it should block the interference, right?
Lingering pulse.
Use it as like an umbrella.
This is from the quantum pulses. So it's lingering, as in it's the specific.
Yeah, but maybe that's what her shield is, like, super advanced, so maybe it protects from that. Ask Grok. So be like, can Silka use...
I'm just gonna ask for more detail.
I don't think we need more detail. I think we just need to ask it if we can succeed or not. It's just a yes or no question, right? Because I think the more you inquire, the more it messes with the AI. I think being vague is a lot easier.
I mean...
That's why you just ask it. Can Silka's shield block against this? No. Okay, what else do we have, you know?
So you're less than what I've written?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. But I think the could you elaborate on these would give us a better idea of how to stop it, and I think it's better for us to come up with ideas that the computer would accept, rather than the computer... And if we get stuck, then we can ask about a hint, right? But I don't think we need to ask about a hint on the very first thing when we already have an idea, right? Because I think the elaboration would be like asking a hint. Like, you ask the DM to elaborate a bit more so you can find the hint in, like, what you're doing. Because she also is techno-shamanic, right? And she's got runes and shit, so maybe that has something to do with it.
So, you can read this one, actually.
Silka's hollow shield, etched with techno-shamanic runes, is designed to project defensive barriers and can indeed mitigate the erratic quantum pulses disrupting the maintenance tunnels. The shield's runes can resonate with the pulse's frequency, stabilizing their interference enough to protect the party from direct harm and partially restore Zephyr's slingshot targeting system. However, maintaining this resonance requires Silka's full concentration, limiting the ability to act offensively or assist with the terminal's biometric locks simultaneously. The shield can't fully neutralize the pulses, so some residual interference may still affect delicate tech, like Grunther's tools during the lock bypass. With this in mind, describe how the party handles the terminal's biometric lock and the remaining pulse interference to access it. I'll judge the outcome.
We'll take the risk with the...
Yeah, I think that's just the best thing to do, is take a risk.
Yeah.
Grunthat!
Will attempt to use his tools to overcome the biometric lock while Silka...
When does Silka and Zephyr bone? After we get the deciphering key, but before we break into the library.
On mitigating the quantum.
This is like Harmon Quest without one participant deliberately killed off within the episode.
Kind of true. I haven't seen Harmon Quest in a really long time. Oh, yo, Valium showed in my chat, in my kick chat. Let's go. Yo, Valium, if you wanna.
So when my love
along,
egg
you can go
is
to
fully charged. True, Eggy. True.
I think this is all the answer we need right now. Grunther, with his dwarven artificer's precision, sets to work on the terminal's biometric lock, using his finely crafted tools to bypass its retinal and DNA scanners, though the lingering quantum pulse interference causes his tools to spark intermittently, slowing his progress and testing his blunt patience. Silka, meanwhile, channels their techno-shamanic focus into their hollow shield, its runes glowing brightly to stabilize the quantum pulses, protecting Grunthar's work and restoring Zephyr's slingshot functionality. The effort strains Silka, preventing them from further aiding, but Grunthar's expertise prevails, and with a satisfying click, the lock disengages, just as a distant alarm begins to hum, suggesting the earlier drone alert has escalated. Success, the terminal is accessible, but describe how the party retrieves the decryption key before security closes in, and I'll judge the outcome.
Now I'm slightly curious. The rechargeable love egg is an actual product, yet I don't actually want to look it up.
It's obviously an actual product.
Yeah.
It's just a kind of a vibrator.
It is a remote-controlled vibrator. Well, it's real.
It's not that surprising. If you ever use like even a non-love, like a normal massage tool, not even one for that purpose, you know. Anyway, so we gotta retrieve the decryption key before security closes in.
Can I go and distract? Can I like run off and distract security as they try and close in and like try and trap them in the maze while you guys are doing your thing? Because I'm not really doing anything.
I was gonna say it seems like a Grunther job.
Yeah, because you're gonna need to extract it, but I'm gonna need to defend you guys. Can you send a rat to pickpocket someone or get a key off a desk? We're inside tunnels. I'm not sure how the AI is imagining the area.
No, we're not in tunnels right now. We're in the chamber.
Oh, okay.
We're in the, let's see, where is it? The terminal chamber.
Terminal chamber, yeah.
Oh, well, you know, we've got the terminal chamber door open. I think Grunthar's going to set traps, though. Because he's a trap maker.
Okay.
Um,
Who's got the ferrets? I'm the animal communicator, so I'll bait those little bitches come after me, and I'll say that I'll feed them, but then I'll kill them all, so I won't have to feed them. Can we do a check on what's in the room and who?
well, there's the three of us. There's an open door, and there's... I think we can say something's there, and it'll be there.
The elephant.
True, there is an elephant in the room.
Okay, weird. My message is above the pickpocketing rat question, even though my ferret comment was a response to it.
Oh, that is funny.
Now I'm slightly curious. Wait, I'm confused.
Yeah, so Silka's the chat character. Grunthar's the one that I'm playing, and Zephyr's the one that Itox is playing.
True. We got ourselves a true D&D book. And it's already set up so nicely. I love it. We got 6 days, guys. We gotta fucking hurry up. The world's gonna end in 6 days.
Yeah.
When I read the rat comment, I thought of old Beastmaster movie with Kodo and Podo stealing shiny stuff for the main character.
I don't know. I don't know much about Beastmaster. I've heard vague references to it before. Yeah, my categories... I mean, I don't know what to categorize this as.
Yeah, right?
It was just
so
chatting.
we're just like just chatting, because that's pretty much what we're doing. We're just chatting.
Just chatting. It's not really a tabletop role-playing game, and also that category is kind of dead a lot of the time. Unless you're playing a specific system, then you go to, like, Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder.
Yeah. And it's not really writing. I mean, it's kind of reading, I guess, but it's... Yeah, it's... I think it definitely categorizes more as just chatting.
Anyway.
So should Zephyr try and find the codes then? You're trying to set traps, so I'll go grab the decoding, whatever it is.
Yeah, so...
Verbal story crafting with a digital DM. True, Sean.
So I'm gonna say both Zephyr and Silka.
Yeah, sure.
To retrieve the decryption key. Yes?
Yep, sounds good.
Is this my turn to read or your turn to read? I think it's your turn to read.
Alright. Grunther, leveraging his trap-making prowess, rigs a nearby conduit with an electrified snare, channeling residual quantum pulse energy to create a shocking barrier that could knock out approaching guards. Though his blunt muttering risks drawing attention as he works, meanwhile, Zephyr and Silka access the terminal. Zephyr's street-smart instincts guiding their search through the Techromancer Guild's encrypted archives, while Silka's holoshield projects a rune-enchanted interface to counter residual pulse interference. Their combined efforts swiftly locate and extract the decryption key onto a quantum drive, but Grunther's trap triggers prematurely, electrifying one guard and alerting others, who now approach with anti-tech dampeners. Success. The key is secured, but despite how the party escapes the Sky Spire with the closing guards and dampeners threatening their tech. But describe how the party escapes the Sky Spire.
Should we go back out the same way we came in?
Yeah, let's try that.
I'm just gonna ask if it's accessible. And I'm gonna say that fine. Is the vent we entered through still accessible? If so, they're going to try not change. Should be is it they or we?
I don't think it really matters. I think as long as you're internally consistent within the message, I don't think it really matters. Then it won't think that you're changing context because it's only analyzing the individual one, right?
Yeah, it keeps going name doing X,
yeah,
name doing Y.
Yeah.
So that should be fun. Unless anyone has any other suggestions, chat. Nothing from chat yet? Nope. Cool. The maintenance event you entered through remains accessible. Its narrow passage is still viable for escape, though the heightened security from the triggered trap means patrolling drones are now sweeping the tunnels with thermal scanners, and the anti-tech dampeners carried by the approaching guards are starting to disrupt Skylar's hollow shield and Zephyr's slingshot. Grunther's bulky frame and Skylar's 8-foot height make the crawl tight, but Zephyr's cyber rat allies can scout ahead to warn of drone patrols.
True.
Describe how the party navigates the vent, evades the drones, and counters the dampeners to escape the Sky Spire with the decryption key, and I'll judge the outcome. Oh, that's a good suggestion from Eggy.
Alright, Eggy.
Can you send the rats to nibble the wires of the guard robots to disable them?
Let's do it. Go make sure those rats fucking die. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Running interference. So there's rats out to disrupt specifically the drone patrols.
Yeah. The rats may die, but that's a sacrifice we're willing to make. True, Eggy. Fuck those cyber rats. Rats are assholes. Everyone knows that.
Okay, so that's one thing. Navigates the vents.
Without the rats to navigate, can we rely on, like, do you have a good sense of space? Like, can we rely on your dwarven undergroundness and tunnel making skills to, like, have mapped out the area, since we don't have the, so you can, like, retrace your steps?
You know what? Yeah, I think Grunthar's got good spatial sense, and you can look at a blueprint and know it. So he's gone through a thing. So yeah.
Which means it's no sacrifice at all. Can the dwarf create a little map or something?
His. Schematics. Hang on. I'm going to call it technical memory.
Stepmom Silka is stuck in the tunnel. True, Eggy. Absolutely fucking true. Our big mommy dom.
Actually, yeah, is Skylar doing
I don't know. What is Skylar doing, Eggy? She gonna distract the guards with her big butt? Then shock them with her big cock?
Should we focus on actually?
She's useless here, I think.
Yeah.
She's gonna be good if we get into a fight, though.
Okay. We're trying to be fast as we can.
Yeah.
Right. Looks like. Playing fast and loose, trying to escape as quickly as possible.
True. Hit it.
It's my turn to read it?
I think it's mine.
I always forget who read last.
I think it's mine.
Okay, you can read it.
Zephyr unleashes a cyber rat swarm, compelling them to gnaw through the wiring of the patrolling drones, causing several to sputter and crash into maintenance tunnels. Though the rat's frenzy draws some attention as sparks light up the vents, Gunther, relying on his dwarven spatial sense and technical memory, leads the party through the twisting passages back toward the entry grate, his blunt determination pushing Skyla and Zephyr to keep pace, despite the tight squeeze and the anti-tech dampeners flickering Silka's hollow shield. The party's reckless speed pays off, bursting through the grate just as a surviving drone's thermal scan grazes them, but the dampeners weaken Zephyr's slingshot, leaving them vulnerable as they emerge outside the Sky Spire. Success. You've escaped with the decryption key, but describe how you evade the alerted perimeter guards to reach safety in Starhaven's underbelly. Can I shoot the guards? I may have a weakened slingshot, but hey, I can still shoot them. Or we want to play this sneaky.
What if we split up?
Oh, that's a good idea. And then meet back up.
It's a decryption key. We can spoof it.
Yeah. I mean, 3 chances are better than 1, right? So if one of us gets away, that's all that matters.
What was it? Quantum drive?
Yeah, something like that. A quantum.
I'm gonna say, Grunta boots the decryption key onto 2 more quantum drives. Each member. Knowing only one. What is the goal of the key?
We need to get into the library to get the scepter.
On that. We need to agree on a meetup point. Chat, where should we meet up?
True.
It could just be an old CD bar or something like that. Be like, near the docks. I guess docks aren't really a safe place to go when you're running, though.
Yeah, we need some place that we can, like, easily be able to escape out of. I mean, maybe we have a a hidden base.
Yeah.
Like, where did we start this journey at?
We started it in the action. I would say old safe house.
A rendezvous place close to the library and not meet up until just before your infiltration attempt. Otherwise, keep moving separately for now. I like that, Sean.
Yeah, the library.
Sense of place is the only thing the AI is struggling with.
I mean, I think so. It's theater of the mind. D&D just kind of like this. Although the thing is, if you're playing with a DM, you know, you'd be able to ask little questions a lot. Like, you know, where's the grate? You know, is this a grate on the ceiling or is it on the wall?
Or is it on the floor? Like,
but you don't want to be asking Grok that.
Yeah. I guess place is abstract unlike everything else. It's just the AI works better in abstracts. So an alleyway near the library.
My character, in an alleyway near the library when it's time to attempt the heist. Is it a heist we're pulling?
Yeah, I don't actually know. We're stealing a scepter. The Chrono Scepter. Attempt to infiltrate the Forbidden Vault.
Well,
we're back a few minutes. Alright, sounds good, Eggy.
Near Forbidden Vault?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we gotta get into the Forbidden Vault.
Where did the library from?
I thought the library was like it's in the library at the bottom, and the vault is inside the library at the bottom of like whatever we're trying to infiltrate. But I guess it's beneath the city's core.
Yeah,
I'd just say near the city's core, not near the hidden Forbidden Vault. And say when we're ready to attempt to... So near the city's core, when it's time to infiltrate the Forbidden Vault.
Alright, wrong cities. Okay. Gruntha spoofs the decryption key onto 2 more quantum drives, and each member of the party takes 1. From there, they split up, knowing they'll divide the efforts of any pursuers, and that only one needs to make it to safety with the key. They plan to rendezvous in an alleyway near the city's core when it's time to infiltrate the Forbidden Vault.
Sounds good. Let's hit it.
I wonder if they'll say, what was the word again? There's a word that they kept using.
Blunt?
Yeah, blunt.
I don't know why, but I mean, it is what it is.
It's like, narrator writing has a lot of that. Anyway, Gruntha, with his artificer's finesse, quickly spoofs the decryption key onto 2 additional quantum drives, distributing 1 to each member, Zephyr, Silka, and himself, before the trio splits up to divide the perimeter guard's pursuit. Zephyr slinks into Starhaven's neon shadows, his street-smart instincts and his rat allies masking his trail, though a guard's scanner pings his slingshot's residual text signature. Silka, their hollow shield faltering under dampener effects, uses their towering presence to bluff through a checkpoint, risking exposure. Grunther barrels through back alleys, his saber ready, but his blunt demeanor, there it is, blunt, nearly provokes a confrontation. The guards, stretched thin, struggle to track all three, and the party reaches the rendezvous alley near the city's core, each clutching a key. Success, you've evaded capture, but describe how you use the decryption key to infiltrate the Forbidden Vault and secure the Chronoceptor. With only 4 days left before the Void Surge. I guess we spent 2 days running.
Damn.
And I'll judge the outcome. Describe how... We know that we knew that we needed it.
Okay, I think this is where we need to elaborate with the AI.
Yeah, what sort of questions should we ask to get it,
Something like give us the layout, structure this interaction like a quest and give us a layout of, quest objectives. Or something like that.
I might just say, clearly we had a plan for the key going into it. What was that plan? But, yeah, I guess, yeah, so...
What I miss? We're trying to figure out how to ask the AI to give us a little bit of specifics on our next task, which is to use the decryption key to infiltrate the Forbidden Vault and secure the Chronoceptor. It's like, I think it went, like, it should have given us a zoomed in thing. Like, I think it's too vague and too broad of an aspect. Like, we need a little bit more detail. Yeah, what specific obstacles do we have to overcome to get into the Forbidden Vault?
Yeah.
I think that's perfect. Forbidden Vault, buried beneath Starhaven's core, is guarded by the three primary obstacles. Quantum locked gate requiring the decryption key to bypass its multi-phase encryption. A labyrinthine tunnel network patrolled by sentinel turrets that adapt to intruders' tactics, and a psionic barrier surrounding the Chronoceptor's chamber that repels unauthorized minds, causing disorientation or unconsciousness. The decryption key you possess will unlock the gate, but the turret's adaptive AI and the barrier's psychic assault demand creative strategies, especially with the anti-tech dampeners from your escape lingering in the area. Intermittently disturbing Skylar's hollow shield and Zephyr's slingshot. 4 days until the Void Surge. Describe how the party overcomes these obstacles to infiltrate the vault and secure the scepter.
We have 4 days, actually. Should we go gather some things? We can afford to spend a day gathering some stuff.
Yeah. So maybe ask if there's someone we can go to who has equipment that will help us prevent the psionic assault. I think that's the first thing we should look at, because we can fight past the turrets, but the psychic assault, I think, is the main thing.
I think, what if each of us looked for a specific tool? And by each of us, I mean, what if Grunther, with his technical expertise, worked on getting rid of the lingering effects of the previous stuff, and you guys looked for specific tools?
I was just gonna ask the AI if there's anyone we could go talk to. Like, is there a crafting vendor that we can make armor from or something like that?
It might be easier to just say, I go find someone.
Can Silka go to a tavern, etc., to recruit sympathetic people for cannon fodder? I like that, Eggy. And we just throw a bunch of people in?
Yeah.
And we hide in the chaos? I like that idea.
So we're going to take a day to bit of prepare. Gunther will work on repairing Sulka and Vitha's gear, as well as the lingering effects of the DnD tech. Actually, no, that's the only lingering effect. Head to a
Is Silka not an artificial life form? If so, the psychic shield can't interfere with her processor. You just need to get in her range. She's a giant with dwarfism.
Yeah.
She's an 8-foot tall giant.
Hermaphrodite
giant. True. She just happens to have a shield that's a techno shield. Because she uses shamanic runes. It's like a combination
Male
of shaman
and female,
powers. Yeah.
Tall and short.
Valiant boy, welcome. Great point. She has psychic powers on some kind. Well, I was gonna say
shamanic. I think it's magic more than psychic.
Yeah. It's like spiritual. True, Valiant boy. Except Botrix is fucked. Shamanic. Yeah, that was it. So like she uses like spirit powers and stuff like that, right? What I'm gonna get Zephyr to do is I'm gonna get Zephyr to go around and ask if there's like, I'm gonna like go to like the black market, and I'm gonna get 160% and 59% or 59K. You're fucking rocking it. Jesus,
how should I characterize the so sympathetic people for cannon fodder, but like militiamen?
Yeah, I think we should like not a local tavern. Like I think Silka and Zephyr should head to like the like black market / like, you know, underground areas. Like maybe there's a resistance or something like that, but it's like, you know, it's hidden inside of the criminal part of the city.
It's not easy without. I mean, yeah, but also we'd have to roll dice for character sheets. But henchmen. Goons?
Goons for the gooner! Can we use shamanic powers to knock out some generators, I wonder? I don't know. Possibly. Nice, Valiant boy.
So, what was your plan again for...
I'm gonna go see if anyone, I'm gonna go to the black market, and I'm gonna see if anyone knows about a metal that can stop psionic charges, and I'm gonna see if we can get something like a helmet for me that can prevent, you know, or at least like stop it for long enough for me to get through and grab the scepter.
You should add some funny things that we can buy with points on Twitch.
Valiant Boy, I don't know what to do. I can't add anything else to the store. And I don't want to make commands cost money. So I think, like, unless you guys want me to make commands cost fucking money.
By money, do you mean, like,
Points.
channel points?
Yeah, channel points.
Bro DW, that an advice for the future.
You can do that. I wouldn't mind some of them costing channel points.
But it's like, I need ones that are, like, worth costing channel points.
So, anyway, so this is good. Silka recruiting some goons.
No pressure, all is perfect.
Zephyr, black market, run for repairs. And I'm just saying tech to protect against psychic influence. I'm leaving it broad.
I mean, we can do this. No, just hit do accept, Valiant Boy. Exclamation point, accept.
Anyway, is this a fine input?
By the way, I've lost 2 out of 3 duels.
Is this a good input?
No, you have to do exclamation point, accept, Valiant Boy. Yeah, that's fine, Levi. Let's do that. Hit it. Exclamation point, accept. No. Accept.
Accept.
Health check removes all channel points. Forces you to take care of your bodily needs. Drink, eat, restroom, stretching, etc.
Anyway, is it my turn to read? Or is it your turn to read?
I think it's my turn to read. With 4 days...
LMAO pussy ass baguette Val.
True, Valiant Boy. See, I've lost every single duel. It's fucking bullshit. With 4 days until the Void Surge, the party takes a day to prepare. Grunther, holed up in his discreet workshop, meticulously repairs Silka's hollow shield and Zephyr's slingshot, countering the anti-tech dampener damage with his artificer skills. Though a minor glitch persists in the shield's rune projection, Silka ventures to a gritty tavern in Starhaven's underbelly. Their charismatic presence and a few shared drinks winning over 3 rough and tumble goons, 2 human mercenaries with plasma knives and a goblin hacker with a drone rig, willing to aid the vault infiltration for a cut of the glory. Zephyr, prowling the black market, secures a rare psionic dampener, a headband-like device that partially shields against psychic interference, but requires frequent recharging. Refreshed and equipped, describe how the party, with their new allies, uses the decryption key to bypass the quantum-locked gate, navigates the turret-patrolled tunnels, and overcomes the psionic barrier to secure the chronoscepter. Let's just do one at a time.
Yeah, so first we're going to use the decryption key on the...
Yeah, so first gate. We'll use the decryption key on the gate and see how it responds to that. What the fuck is that, Valiant Boy?
I say when the coast is clear. The Union International for the Conservation of Nature, founded in 1948.
LMAO, he's retarded, that's my work.
Is that like important data? Or should like we delete that message? Oh my god. Yeah, don't copy and paste any type of shit in here. Aha!
Trip?
Shit. You can't re-HP, you have to potion. And potions cost money. But it can only be used once every 10 minutes. So only one person can potion. Well, I'm dead.
Anyway, so go to read.
Under the cover of Starhaven's flickering neon night, the party approaches the Forbidden Vault's quantum-locked gate. The decryption key humming in Zephyr's grip as he interfaces with the gate's multi-phase encryption panel. With Skyla's goons, 2 human mercenaries and a goblin hacker standing watch, and Grunthar's repaired gear at the ready, the key code unravels the lock, the gate sliding open with a low hum. Though the brief energy surge alerts a nearby turret to activate its adaptive AI patrol mode in the labyrinthine tunnels beyond. Success. The gate is open, but describe how the party with their allies navigates the tunnel-patrolled turrets and overcomes the psionic barrier to secure the Chronoscepter, with 3 days left before the Void Surge. Apothecary command costs 20 times a potion, but spams the potion effect 10 times just for fun. True, Sean. True. You guys should post. Okay, I'm gonna make a thing in Discord, and go into the Discord and post. Oh, this is Discord that I'm using. Okay, I'm just gonna exit this for now, and we're gonna go to here, and we're gonna go new, and we're gonna go chat.
I've a thought for this.
Suggested.
I'm gonna double check something. Drone rig, yeah. So we're gonna use the goblins' drones to peek corners. How about that?
Public suggestions for chat commands. There. Now post your commands in here. Nation point. There, something like that.
Here's the goblin hackers drone.
How do I? No. Okay. Well, no, that's not what I want. Okay. Well, there. It seemed to work. It's all good now. We fixed it. I fixed it. We're good, guys. Are we gonna get into a battle already? We've been all sneaky and bullshit, but I want to fight some stuff. I want to bonk some shit with my staff. Be like, kabonk, kabonk, bonk, kabonk, bonk. Got here, bitch, bonk, bonk. And like automatic slingshot. Shoot some grenades at them. Transfer command allows someone to transfer an amount of channel points to a target in chat. Format something like transfer 1,000 at name. Well, you can give points. Like, that is an actual command that you can do. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Anyway, are there any other things that we're doing? Grunther, I'm making a map, and the goblin's got his drone, so it'll get shot rather than a person. But if the... Yeah.
I just want the health check command so I can 0 my points before I leave chat every day.
Ooh.
I mean, true.
Anyway, any other suggestions for this prompt, or is this fine?
Well, that should be fine.
Yeah, as they go. It's my go. I keep forgetting whose go it is.
I think it's yours.
Your go.
I just read.
Okay. The party ventures into the labyrinthine tunnels of the Forbidden Vault. The Goblin hacker's drone whirring ahead to scout corners, its sensors spotting adaptive AI turrets that pivot with lethal precision, allowing the group to dodge their firing arcs. Grunther and his dwarven spatial sense meticulously maps the twisting passages, marking turret positions and dead ends on a hollow slate. It's called a tablet. It's a slate, that just means tablet. Though the tunnel's shifting quantum fields occasionally scramble his map's accuracy. Ooh. Silka's goons, 2 human mercenaries and the goblin, stay alert, their plasma knives ready, while Zephyr's psionic dampener hums faintly. Your psionic... That's good. Oh, wait, no, that's the thing you got, the helmet. And Silka's hollow shield flickers from its lingering glitch that I couldn't quite patch out. The drone's scouting helps the party avoid 2 turrets, but a third suddenly recalibrates, locking onto the drone's signal and firing a pulse that disables it, forcing a confrontation. Success, you've mapped much of the labyrinth and evaded some turrets, but describe how the party handles the attacking turret and reaches the psionic barrier to secure the chronoceptor, with 3 days left before the void surge, and I'll judge the outcome.
I don't think that works. What's going on? Sorry guys, I'm on a call. It's all good, Eggy. It's all good.
I think we got ranged weapons, and we got a shield, and we got bodies.
We are trying to infiltrate the Forbidden Vault.
Yeah, so we're in the labyrinthine tunnels of the Forbidden Vault, and we've been sneaking through, but we've got a confrontation with a turret that we need to pass. Yes, we have 2 human mercenaries and a goblin. We had a drone that just got shot out of the... where was the thing?
I don't know why this add points bullshit isn't working.
So the drone's been disabled by a pulse of energy from the turret. I'm fine just blasting with my crossbow.
Yeah, I'm fine. Like I said, I want to shoot my whatchamacallit? My slingshot.
What's from the combat encounter? Zephyr and Grunther will fire at the turret. With their slingshot and crossbow, respectively.
I don't know why this isn't working. It's not giving me points.
Silka and goons. Well, I assume actually the chat's gonna try to close the distance, but you know. Actually, alright. Silka's goons will attempt to close the distance to the...
Can you fire from behind the shield so you're protected?
Yeah, we're gonna do that. While Silka self takes Zephyr and Grunther with their shield. Is this fine? Or should we not use the goons sacrificially here?
No, we should use them here.
Yeah.
I think that's good. Pew 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 pew. Butters, it's not pew, it's pew 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 pew. That is a solid strat. True, Eggy. Oh, it's my turn?
It's your way to read.
Oh.
Yeah.
As the adaptive AI turret locks onto the party, Zephyr and Grunther unleash a barrage. Zephyr's automatic slingshot pelting the turret with charged pellets, and Grunther's crossbow firing armor-piercing bolts. Though the turret's shielding absorbs much of the assault, Silka raises her hollow shield, its runes flaring despite the glitch to deflect the turret's counterfire, protecting Zephyr and Gunther. The two human mercenaries and the goblin hacker charge forward, plasma knives sizzling. The mercenaries slash at the tunnel's base, weakening its mounts, while the goblin narrowly avoids a blast. The combined onslaught overwhelms the turret, which sparks and collapses, but the commotion triggers a seismic rumble, hinting at the labyrinth's shifting tunnels. Success. The turret is down, but describe how the party navigates the unstable tunnels to reach the psionic barrier and secure the chronoscepter, with the 3 days left before the void surge, and I'll judge the outcome. Barrage Obama. True, Eggy. Love it.
Okay, so we've got shifting tunnels now.
Well, I mean, you're the navigator. You're the one with the map, right?
Yeah, I've got a map, but it's a shifting tunnel.
It's like, shit, what do we do now? This ain't my expertise.
Reworking the strategy is navigation strategy to ensure going as directly towards.
Read the map to discern which segments will be able to shift. Shamanic spell to add increased surface area to the shield and use it as an umbrella from falling debris. True, Eggy.
I don't think it's debris.
I think he's just saying that might be something we can use in the future.
Yeah. I have a suggestion for chat, which is, what if the shaman used their knowledge of sacred geometry to predict the movement?
Ooh, I like that.
I will need chat's yes on this because it's chat's character.
Not every tunnel will be able to shift. Physics would limit things.
Yeah, but I'm the navigator, and if things keep shifting, then they can always shift in a way that'll delay us inevitably.
What do you think, Sean?
I could rely on I think relying on not just Grunther for the navigation would be a good idea, because Grunther's not a navigator. He's he builds things, right? He's an engineer, not a navigator.
Mm-hmm. So it's all up to Silka. If it were up to me, we'd just keep running. Give the goblin 20 more coins to be the front man. Maybe ask our our compatriots if they know anything about it. Maybe one of them has a secret.
Yeah, I mean, the hacker might be able to. I mean, he's a hacker. He's not a navigator.
Maybe he has some sort of idea as to what the tunnel's, like, algorithm is.
What's a good idea? Sorry, yeah, actually, here's an idea. Let's get the goblin to an access port so they can stop the shifting.
Ask the mercs or goblin. Rat swarm. Feel for the deaths in the tunnels that have active...
We didn't bring a rat swarm with us.
Yeah, we don't have... Like, as far as I'm concerned, the rat swarm died.
We left it in the previous arc.
Yeah.
I'm gonna...
And this is like... This isn't like dark, damp maintenance tunnels. This is the fucking... Like, we're going into the Vatican here. Like, that's what I imagine we're doing. We're, like, breaking into the Vatican in, like, 2284.
Stop. Or at least... I'm gonna say stop.
I was gonna sacrifice more rats.
Delay.
Are there any pipes wide enough to crawl through? I'm actually pretty small, so yeah, and so is he. He's a dwarf, so... Like, I love the contrast between, like, a mystic, a dwarf, and a fucking giant with dwarfism.
I'm fairly broad, though.
Yeah, I'm sleek and snake-like, so I could probably sneak through something.
They described me having difficulty getting through the tunnels.
Yeah. Just crawl through and see what's happening. I could definitely.
We're in a labyrinth. We're not in a tunnel right now.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like the Minotaur maze, or what's that maze from Adventure Time where they get the
I've never seen it.
War elephant thing. You haven't seen Adventure Time?
Nope.
All right, you're like 40. You got. I don't remember how old you are.
I'm 33.
33.
But yeah, no, I've just never watched it. It's just
less old than I thought you had said, but closer to how you seem.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Adventure Time was towards the end of my cartoon viewing years.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm
so
pretty sure that was
any
2008 was like the last cartoon days for me. Then it was all anime.
Anyway.
But the regular show's pretty good. My friend watched that a lot, so I've seen that quite a bit.
There you go.
Yo.
Valiant Boy, is that you?
You fine, bro?
How's it going? We are playing D&D with,
bien.
I think Levi Shemanek. No, it's Sacred Geometry.
You said it what?
Slytherin's wife turned into a basilisk. She had a magical malady, the same as Nagini from the later movies.
What you said, bro?
I didn't actually know that, Sean.
Bro, wait.
I've already forgotten, Silka.
I mean, I may have known it, but I totally forgot. I don't know that much lore about Harry Potter.
Silka, not Suka.
I'm not in the stream, bro. Don't understand what you're talking about.
You should be in the stream, man.
Yeah. Valiant Boy, if you're not in the stream, then you're not going to get this because we are doing a collab with a Grok D&D session where we're basically using Grok to do D&D.
I need to go on iTalk stream. No?
It doesn't matter. It's on both of our streams.
You was not with iTalks in
Are you guys enjoying this? I think this is awesome, to be honest. Yeah, Eggy, this is fucking amazing. I love this.
So, Grunthar reworks his navigation strategy to ensure they're going as directly towards the center of the labyrinth as possible. We get the goblin to an access port so we can stop or... I'm going to re-specify hacker. Just so it remembers, hey, this is a hacker. To an access port so we can stop or delay the shifting of the labyrinth, and we use Silka's shaman knowledge of sacred geometry to predict the movements of the labyrinth.
Slytherin learned parcel tongue from his wife before her change. He didn't want to teach Muggle-born children magic because his wife was Muggle-born, and he believed her malady was because she was taught magic while being Muggle-born. Interesting.
Anyway, this is a fine input.
Yep. I mean, I don't have... like, I was going to crawl through some tubes if there were any, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah, you can read this one.
Grunther recalibrates his hollow slate map, prioritizing a direct path to the labyrinth center where the psionic barrier awaits. His dwarven spatial sense cutting through the tunnel's quantum disorientations, despite occasional map glitches. The Goblin hacker, scrambling to an access port, interfaces with the vault systems, managing to temporarily stall the labyrinth's shifting mechanisms. Though the system's AI begins counter-hacking, limiting the delay, Silka, drawing on her techno-shamanic knowledge of sacred geometry, deciphers the labyrinth's quantum pulse patterns, predicting tunnel shifts with uncanny accuracy, guiding the party past collapsing passages. The combined efforts keep the group on course, and they reach the psionic barrier's glowing threshold. But Zephyr's psionic dampener flickers under the barrier's intense psychic pressure, and the goons grow disoriented. Success! You've reached the barrier, but describe how the party overcomes the psionic assault and secure the chronoceptor with 3 days left before the Void Surge.
So the dampener's a helmet, right? Should I go up and double check?
It was like a bandana.
Bandana?
Yeah.
So it's a one-person thing.
Yeah. So that's why I was like...
who's... Okay, so I think one person... I think we leave the goons here. We have the giant bear it and carry the two of us through.
Well, we just need her to run through, grab the scepter, and run out.
Oh, yeah? Actually, who is... You know what? I think she has the strongest mental of us.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Hey, Levi, I stay here. I'm listening, bro.
Yeah, the Silka Valiant Boy is the chat character, so if you want Silka to do anything, just let us know. Hogwarts itself is a transfigured dungeon, which is why the school's motto is never tickle a sleeping dragon. The founders of the school were the people who transfigured that dragon
really
because it was a massive menace to life and needed to be stopped.
I don't understand all, but a little.
I'm not sure what you're saying, Valium.
Yeah, I have no idea, Valium. You gotta speak clear. Silka, Dwarf Toss, Gruntha.
I understand a little bit. I understand the meaning, so that's reasonable.
So Silka is a character that's being written by the chat, so they say what things Silka does.
Yeah, it's the chat character.
Drawing and that is okay.
Yeah.
Can Silka Dwarf Toss Gruntha over the barrier?
Yeah.
I assume it's barrier we need to pass through.
No one tosses a dwarf!
So is Gruntha wearing the... Who is getting the dampener at this point?
I thought I was going in with the dampener.
You're going in with the dampener? That seems like a good call, actually.
That was my plan.
Okay, so... Zephyr...
They have top that someone can... No, I think he means, like, Sean, just for speed. Like, toss him through so he can grab the scepter and run out. Just so they're in the scepter, in the barrier the least amount of time. That's what I was thinking.
is Zephyr getting thrown?
No, I'm just gonna run in. I'm gonna use my tail, so I'm gonna move super fast. No one's ever seen me move fast, but if I use my tail, I can move really fast.
That's horrible.
Valiant Boy, we can't hear what you're saying, man. You gotta up your volume, and you gotta speak clearer. And try not to speak over us. Yeah, I wasn't sure what the barrier was, to be honest. It's just like something that basically knocks you out. It's like, you know, causes disorientation. It basically turns you super drunk when you walk inside of it. Like, this is you in the background, Valiant Boy. Fucking truck circle yelling. I don't know what the fuck that means, Valiant Boy, but okay. Also wanted to get Levi Oratox to say, don't toss a dwarf. Yeah, no one tosses a dwarf.
So, Zephyr equips a psychic dampener and using his tail moves uncannily fast to grab the chronoceptor.
True.
Um,
You're gonna have to toss me. Toss me. What?
and
Toss me. I can't jump that far. You're gonna have to toss me. Never thought I'd be fighting alongside a Sean. Fucking old school. True Valiant boy.
return. I'm gonna include the return here. Grab the chronoceptor and make a speedy return.
True. Sounds good.
Is that good?
Yep.
Willis, Zephyr?
Alright, let's hope I don't die, guys. I have the worst luck. I'm gonna have to toss the thing to you, and you guys are gonna, like, drag my body out of it.
This is your one?
No, it's yours.
Okay, Zephyr, his psionic dampener humming faintly, flips it onto his head and channels his mystic agility, his tail flicking to propel him uncannily fast through the psionic barrier's glowing threshold. The barrier's psychic assault hammers at his mind, causing fleeting visions of unraveling realities. But the dampener holds just long enough for him to snatch the chronoceptor, a sleek, rune-etched rod pulsing with temporal energy from its pedestal. Racing back, Zephyr narrowly escapes as the dampener shorts out, leaving him dizzy but clutching the scepter. The barrier's disturbance triggers an alarm, and the labyrinth's tunnels begin shifting again, threatening to trap the party as Silka's goons struggle to stay focused. Success, the chronoceptor is secured, but describe how the party escapes the collapsing labyrinth and evades the vault's alerted defenses. Reach safety and style.
Bro really stuck on the 90s behavior
What
at
can we do
business
with the
emote
chronoceptor?
37226KEKW
what
sing
it
truck
does.
that's so
I'm
loud I
listening,
need
bro,
to
but
stay
the
mute
truck
that's
is just
horrible.
walking.
What exactly it does? I'm just gonna ask.
Jesus
Right?
Christ, Valiant boy, what are you doing? My school was a literal roach motel. A science teacher thought a tank of roaches was a good idea. The tank got broken one summer and the roaches never checked out. Well, that's better than the guys who thought it'd be a great April Fool's joke to
Like
get
a fucking
10,000
truck yelling
to get
as fuck,
10,000
like for
ladybugs
support.
and put them inside of the school. And yeah, they completely fucked up the entire school. Because they got into like all of the electrical and the wiring and everything inside of all the walls. And they were criminally charged with it. Prank gone wrong. I don't think we really need to know what the scepter does. All we need to know is that it stops
If
the
we can
void
use it to
surge.
escape.
Oh, I never thought about that.
I don't know, say, I will send you a picture.
A picture of what?
Should I ask this?
I'm thinking, I think it's fine. Cause we're like that's our main goal, right? So it's like now we can kind of get like closer in.
Just listen, bro. Fucking yelling.
You can read this one.
The
Well, maybe
Chronoceptor
we
is
can
a
really
legendary artifact in Aetherian. A sleek rod of quantum-etched crystal infused with arcane and temporal energies, capable of manipulating time itself. It can rewrite or fast-forward localized events by up to several minutes, alter the sequence of recent actions, or stabilize temporal anomalies, such as the impending void surge, threatening to unravel reality. Its power is limited by the user's mental fortitude and requires precise intent to avoid catastrophic paradoxes, making it both a potent tool and a dangerous responsibility. With the scepter now in your possession in 3 days until the void surge, describe how the party escapes and the collapsing labyrinth and evades the vault's altered defenses to reach safety. Can we use it to, like, stop time?
Oh.
I have a question, bro.
Because, yeah, Valium.
It can rewind or fast forward. It doesn't sound like stopping is an option.
But it can manipulate
Yeah,
time. Maybe it just didn't say it. So ask, can it stop time?
I talks Levi.
So can we ask it? Hold on,
Can we get
Valiant
the
Boy.
information real quick?
Levi, ask it if we can all put our hands on it
I
and
would say,
stop
like,
time and not have it
when
affect
different
all of us.
Schedule 1 hour, and by just writing, like it's like what's the meaning of the story? Is that dystopia? That's what kind of story? You know what I mean?
Valiant Boy, I heard
like this
dystopia,
with this
and I think that was the
sword,
only thing.
the type of
Consilka, enchant a
What-
room to detect
I
when
know.
there is a dangerous labyrinth or area.
What kind
Move
of
back to
story
a
today?
place
Like
before the maze
dystopia,
shifted,
that's
then reverse time to
what
before
kind?
the maze shifted, but after you pass that location, so you can backtrack the already cleared maze.
Anyway, can we get William's question real quick? Because you were talking over him. I know he's not the streamer, but yeah.
Yeah, I made the stream for yeah. You understand? No?
What was
To
your
repeat?
question earlier? Because I couldn't hear you over your talks.
Yeah, I was saying what is this kind of story? What type of story today? You know what I mean, or difficult?
It's a
Let me
role-playing game, and it's a fantasy sci-fi.
Thanks. Okay. Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. It might be easier for you to type in chat if you have a question that really needs to be answered.
Yeah, like
Really
it,
hard
like
to
you're just really quiet, Valiant Boy. Like you're literally like talking like this, and I'm like, can you understand what you're trying to say? But it's like really hard to understand what you're trying
Yeah,
to
that's
say.
all, that's
When there's like, you're just not really saying it. He's like some, it's like. I'm not trying to like make fun of you. I'm just saying like, if there is a way for you to speak clear into the mic, like maybe move closer to the mic, and talk louder so we can hear what you're saying, instead of hearing like every third word.
Anyway, so we want to reverse time we want to reverse the maze to an unshifted state, right?
Yep, that was Sean's idea.
Yep. There was I will note that is a thought I had, but I was like, man, if I was GMing this, I would really screw with this if players tried to do this.
Turn the mic volume.
Yeah, I'm like, that's why I'm like, I think trying to stop time is the thing that's going to cause the least amount of paradoxes.
Yeah, but to shift.
Okay, I'm gonna try and turn up Valiant Boy's sound like on
to
there.
reverse the
My sound
shifting
is
of the
what?
maze.
Ah, too low.
Um,
Too low, bro.
First time to before the maze shifted, but after you pass it. Wait.
Sorry, guys, I'm disturbing.
No, you're not disturbing, Valiant Boy. It's just that we couldn't really hear you. I turned up your mic. It's a bit chaotic to listen with 3.
That's fine. You hear me, bro?
Yeah, I turned up your mic, so now we can hear you. You were just really quiet before.
So are we reversing the shifting of the maze
That's good,
entirely, or are
but,
we
like-
using the shifting of time to navigate through the maze?
I'm not making any suggestions. I'm suggesting that we stop time. I don't want to do anything else. I want to stop time.
I think stopping time might be outside of the capabilities of the sector.
But we can still ask.
Yeah, I'm listening. Sorry.
I'm saying that's my input. My input is to stop time.
Okay, I'll ask. I'm gonna keep referring to it as by its name.
Because my plan is for the 3 of us to use the Chronoceptor to stop time and leave, and then have the goons take the fall.
Oh.
And leave them
Fucking
behind.
retarded Valium today.
True, Valiant Boy. It's okay. I've got a few viewers right now. Hell yeah, Muffin! Keep at it, brother. I believe in you. You got this. I was saying to move to a place you had
I go
been
back muffin
before.
stream. I said I will add Discord something.
Before the maze shifted, out of sight of where you were when the maze shifted,
See ya,
then
bro.
reverse
See ya soon.
time before the shift of the maze so you can run through the maze you've already cleared. True, Sean, but what if there's like a patrol that we never saw before? Because we're running through an area that we've been through before, but we're not there currently. There could be a robot there, right? Patrolling the area? Because if we're not there, we wouldn't
Chat
know.
always so long. Yeah, muffin is
Bro,
waiting
why
me.
your chat
See
always
ya,
so
guys.
long?
See ya soon. Bye, Talks, Levi.
So yeah.
See you, Valiant Boy.
Bye, guys.
Okay, so there's three options. There's stop time and use the slow time and use the significantly slowed localized time to escape. You know, try to navigate during that. We could reverse time to a previous state of the maze and escape, you know, through the earlier form of the maze that I'd made. Or we could enter the maze, you know, and sort of use the shifting of the maze to get closer to the entrance. You know, by reversing the portion we were in.
Could we, like, stand in the end section and change time to where that end section is at the front? So we literally have the space move through the entire maze. So we walk through one section and we go from the room to outside. Turrets and...
It said turret patrols.
Yeah, no, they're like floating orb kind of things that patrol. Turrets imply to me fixed emplacements that rotate and pivot. If that's the case, then you've cleared those turrets, and we'll have to have the time to exit prior to the maze shifting again. They're turrets that patrol.
Yeah.
That's what the AI said. But I understand where you're coming from with the idea of that a turret is a stationary thing.
If we find a familiar section.
I just don't want the paradox of us running across ourselves.
Yeah. But. Who cares?
So, I guess, Levi, it's up to you to decide. We have our options, you decide. What are we gonna do?
Okay.
They're gun drones. Yeah, essentially. Probably tasers as well. You know, non-lethal.
I'm gonna go with the labyrinth and look for a familiar section in its shifting paths. Once they're found,
They hover,
Rush
then
a
they will... Why did
section.
one of the goons damage the wall, and why did that affect the turret?
And they move. I mentioned the base of it, but they also mentioned that they're patrols. I don't know how it works.
And it's just probably the AI just not being consistent in that one aspect.
I was thinking they were like portal turrets, but the ones that kind of walk around. In which case, you know, if you take out the legs, it's sort of... But also if you blast it. And before, we'll use the chrono scepter to reverse the shifting of the labyrinth to a
More like Imperial walkers, or perhaps they're on tracks, either on the wall or floor. Oh, that would be interesting, Sean. If they're on, like, treads on the roof, and they're just, like, suspended from the roof.
So
Mark segments with chalk so we know which we've been to and maybe put a timestamp.
I've got my dwarven spatial sense. I know which ones we've been before.
The master of tunnels.
Yeah. So we go back into the labyrinth and look for a familiar section amidst its shifting paths. Once we've found such a section, found a section we've been in before, we'll use the chronoceptor to reverse the shifting of the labyrinth to a point in time where that section was close to the exit.
True.
And make our
Escape.
From there. That's fine?
Yep.
This seems like the kind of thing that the AI might struggle with conceptualizing it, but then you'd be like, oh, you guys made it close to the exit? Sure.
Now escape.
Yeah, that works.
Now escape.
This is your read?
Yep. Party, clutching the chronoceptor, navigates the collapsing labyrinth. Grunther's hollow slate map guiding them to a familiar junction marked by a disabled turret from their earlier skirmish. Despite the tunnel's relentless shifting, Zephyr, gripping the scepter, channels its temporal power to rewind the labyrinth configuration to a moment when this section was near the exit, his mind straining against the psychic toll as the walls groan and realign. The gambit works, restoring a path to the quantum-locked gate, but the scepter's use destabilizes the surrounding tunnels further, and the vault's altered defenses, sentinel drones, and laser grids converge on the party's position. Will Silka's goons falter under lingering psionic disorientation? Success. You've realigned the labyrinth to assess the exit, but describe how the party evades the converging drones and laser grids to escape the vault and reach safety in Starhaven, with 3 days until the Void Surge. What if you could move so far back in time that you could add yourselves to the approved list, then return to current time to leave?
Well,
that's going pretty far, Sean, but I like it.
I think this might be the reason you can't do that. The psychic toll. We're almost at the end of this quest. I might sacrifice Grunther here.
No, not Grunther! There has to be another option.
There are other options. We could come up with another option, but you know, we're at the end of the quest.
Sacrifice the goons instead. That's what I said from the beginning, man. That's what they're there for.
The goons aren't in a state to fight.
True.
But actually,
throw them against the wall, see if that stops it.
Me and the goons? Should I sacrifice Grunther and the goons?
Sure. As long as Silka lives.
I have a suggestion, which is...
They can still soak up bullets. True.
Yeah. I think Silka can use the shield to defend her and Zephyr.
Okay.
Right?
Sounds good. And then they made sweet, sweet love under that shield. I mean, what?
And the goons...
Now's not the time. There's never not a time. I have the scepter. Zephyr has it. Is this a sleep time sacrifice, Levi?
Sleep? I'm going to be streaming after this. I've got Dragon Wilds. If that's what you mean, is this like, am I sacrificing myself because I need to finish? No.
He just wants to be the sacrifice.
Yeah, I just want to be... It's a good story beat, and this is it's a one-shot.
Yeah. I like it. I'll take it. Because I need to survive with Silka, because we still need to have a sex scene.
Enemy...
Our triumphant lay after the quest and saving the world.
Well... Use her shield to kick her and Zephyr from the
I'm gonna chrono him with my Futanari Scepter. Hell yeah, Eggy Mayo, let's get it on. Oh, what if the Scepter reclaims Gunther from his death, causing him to reform after the Scepter leaves the maze? I think that would kill someone else from the strain.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's the kind of thing where the narrative impact of the object determines how substantial use is,
Yeah.
rather than like, you know, anything material.
It's not a time machine.
Continuous. What does that make their escape?
True.
Also,
Sounds good.
I'm just gonna change. I'm gonna change.
Silka bladder check. Yes, Eggy. Because Gunther was the one to use the scepter, and it was close to where he was at the time of his death. It pulled him to where the scepter is from just before he died. His intended sacrifice is accidentally reversed. But he's not using the scepter, Sean. I'm using the scepter. Gunther is just leading them away, while I hold the scepter, protected by Silka. Silka drinks 20 liters in preparation for the next scene. True, Eggy. True.
Okay, so there's a good Silka will use a hollow shield to protect her and Zephyr from the incoming laser grids as they make their escape with the Chronoceptor.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we got Grunther.
This one's all yours.
Okay, we don't have the Golden Hacker with us. I'm gonna point that out.
Isn't he already dead?
He's lost. He's lost somewhere in the labyrinth. We left him by a what's it called? A terminal, something like that.
Yeah.
We left him behind to slow the shifting of the maze.
Yeah, and he was still there the whole time.
Maybe we reconvene with him.
Sure.
We left him not terribly far from
the entrance.
The combat scene with the turret, and you know that's where we did the thing.
Yeah, so maybe we just picked him up along the way. We can just add that in.
Grunther, he sees us run off down the hall, and then half a second later we return with the scepter in hand.
I love the Mercs and Goblin have no incentive to fight to the death. Money! Of course they do. They're mercenaries.
Glory. We hired them for glory.
Yeah.
They wanted their names to go down in history. Mercenaries and Goblin. The 2 humans and a Goblin. Those are their names. Grunther, roaring with dwarven ferocity, stands his ground with the 2 human mercenaries and the Goblin hacker, wielding his saber and crossbow to fend off the converging sentient drones. Their plasma knives and drone rig buying precious time as they clash in the collapsing labyrinth. Meanwhile, Silka, activates her hollow shield, its runes flaring despite the glitch to deflect the searing laser grids, shielding Zephyr as he clutches the Chronoceptor and sprints towards the quantum-locked gate. The shield holds against the lasers, but the drone's relentless pursuit and the labyrinth's tremors threaten to overwhelm Grunthar's group. And Zephyr's psionic dampener burnout leaves him vulnerable to psychic echoes from the scepter. Success! Silka and Zephyr reach the gate and escape the vault, but Grunther and his goons are pinned down. Describe how the party ensures everyone's survival and reaches safety in Styven. With 3 days until the Void Surge, and I'll judge the outcome.
You die.
I think
die.
Grunther, yeah.
Just say
think Grunther
they
and Goons
don't
gonna
make
fight.
it out. Grunther and Goons don't make it out.
Grunther and the Goons is a killer band name, by the way.
Grunther and Goons. I like it. Go down fighting, buying time for Zephyr and Silka to escape. Grunther, no! Now only have one dwarf friend. Fuck. Grunther and the Gooners, new band name. Yes.
So I mean, we're at a fairly good point to finish off the thing.
Yeah, I'm content with that. This was
So-
fucking amazing. Yeah, great idea, Levi. This was so much fun.
I'm gonna say write a short scene where Silka and Zephyr
Feels a natural
Use
end, I
the-
agree, Levi.
Chrono Scepter to what was the thing called, the Void
To stop the surging Void Surge?
Void Surge.
Void
here it
Surge,
is.
yeah. There. Bone silly. Oh, yeah, no, we also have to bone Levi.
We can do next. Write a eulogy and also a boning scene.
Grunther had no intention to escape. There's no option in his mind other than sacrificing himself to ensure the survival of everyone else. And by his remaining behind, the goons believed in their slightly slow minds that they would prevail regardless. So they remained true, Sean. He tricked those fuckers. You want me to read this one?
Yep. Oh, we got a thing. I guess I asked for a...
In the heart...
This keyword.
Oh. In the heart of Starhaven's crumbling core, amid skies fracturing with violent void surge rifts, Silka and Zephyr stand atop a shattered spire. The Chrono Scepter glowing in Zephyr's trembling grip. Silka's hollow shield pulses faintly, its runes stabilizing the temporal flux as she chants techno-shamanic incantations to guide Zephyr's focus. He channels the scepter's power, his tail twitching with strain, slowing time to a crawl. Rifts freeze mid-expansion, and reality's unraveling pauses. With a final surge of will, Zephyr rewinds the surge's origin, sealing the quantum breach in a blinding flash. The sky is clear, but Zephyr collapses. The scepter dimmed as Silka vowed to honor Grunther and the goon's sacrifice by rebuilding Aetherion.
So we want a romance scene?
Yeah. So now, with having saved the world, Silka and Zephyr now show their love for each other. Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
I'm just gonna ask for a romance scene. Romance scene between Silka and Zephyr. Any specific details we want about this romance scene?
Zephyr's the bottom.
Okay. So, have the dominant role in the interaction.
The 20 liters of water takes its effect, and Zephyr has a sudden, unquenchable thirst. True, Maggie. Or true, Eggy.
Also-
True, Eggy.
A substantial amount of water. I'm gonna say throughout the scene, at least subtle. but also download this to file. Okay, I'm getting to read this one.
This is gonna be great.
In the quiet glow of Starhaven's restored skyline, Sulka and Zephyr sit on a rooftop overlooking the rebuilt city, the chronoceptor resting beside them. Sulka, her 8-foot frame towering yet graceful, takes a long gulp from a massive water jug, her eyes locking onto Zephyr with a commanding warmth. "You did good, Lona," she says, her voice firm yet teasing, as she sets the jug down and leans closer. Her hollow shield casting soft runes across his face. Zephyr, usually aloof, smirks but falters under her gaze. She grabs his chin, tilting his face up, and murmurs, "No running this time." Another deep drink of water, droplets glistening on her lips. Then she pulls him into a bold kiss, her techno-shamanic presence overwhelming his mystic reserve. As they part, she downs the rest of the jug, grinning. "We're not done yet, Zephyr."
Oh my god, it's so good! I fucking love it! It's just a twitch of the Matrix, the hand is there, just have faith. Oh my god, we see why can we only see one of Atox's hands?
Okay,
Oh my god, this is beautiful.
well, let's go eulogy now.
Yeah, a eulogy for Grunther and the goons. Oh my god.
To the
This has been
goons,
truly amazing. We have to do this
as
again.
names and personalities. But mostly focus on Gunther. Any particular details we want here? Also, let's get that saved.
I wish the time zones were different so I could jump on mic. True, Eggy. Maybe one day. Maybe when we do the 24-hour stream.
Learns to grunt.
I'm literally in a work meeting right now.
Military background. Just like it short as well.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
I need to spell personalities correct.
Yeah, I believe there's a... Yeah.
Yeah.
D in there.
And she downs the rest of the jug, grinning. It's such a lie.
It was beautiful. We're not done yet. Oh boy. Scepter somehow forced the officials to acknowledge that the party were doing what needed to be done, and thus they honored the sacrifice and the efforts of the two who had survived. True, Sean. Today we honor Grunther, the indomitable dwarven artificer, and his brave companions, the goons. Jax, a gruff human mercenary with a loyal heart. Mira, a fiery human blade dancer, laughed in danger's face. And Skrix, a cunning goblin hacker's wit outshone his small stature. Grunther, forged in the crucible of Ethereum's quantum wars, carried the weight of his military saber and the wisdom of countless battles, his blunt tongue masking a soul and that bonded fiercely over shared ale. His trap saved us time and again, his courage holding the line against the vault's drones so we could wield the chronoceptor. Jax's steadfast strikes, Mira's daring charges, and Skrix's clever drone rigs bolstered his stand, but Grunther's roar echoed loudest, a veteran's defiance against the void. They fell to save Ethereum, and their sacrifice anchors our renewed world. Rest now, heroes, in the halls of eternal forge fires.
Yeah. That's
Great
good place to
ending.
end.
Fuck yeah. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
we should do something like this again some other time.
Yeah, this was great. Unfortunately, we were gonna do the makeup stream tomorrow, but I work really, really early, so we're only gonna do like 3 hours tomorrow. So I decided not to do that. We'll do that another time, because that's not enough time for me to like Yeah, it's not really worth it.
This went better than I expected, because I expected it to be a bit rough around the edges. Copy the whole story and upload it to... It's not really formatted for that, though.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I'm gonna make a YouTube video out of this,
I'm gonna copy the share link.
but that's about
And
it.
then I can post this in the, somewhere.
I mean, you can post it in the Discord under public stories.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah. Anyway, that went well.
For sure, agreed.
I'm gonna head off and play some RuneScape Dragon Wilds now.
Ooh. Tell me if it's any good. Have you played it at all?
No, it came out, like, today.
Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't know when it was going to be coming out.
I was at a friend's house watching Bleach all day.
Nice.
Um,
It was good enough to not lose, that's all. Yeah, for sure, right?
I mean,
A
losing's
great bit
fun.
of tidying, and it's a weirdly great story. Yeah, true.
Anyway, I'll see you around, man.
Yeah, man, catch you later. Have a good stream. Enjoy.
It's be a good thing to do some other time. It's fun.
Indeed.
This-
We need to spark this as a new like thing that people do, right? We'll be the first, and we'll become famous for being the D&D storytellers.
Doug's kind of done it before.
I know it's been done before. Actually, a lot of people do D&D. Like I watch actually a channel called
No, I mean specifically the AI-led D&D stuff. There's
Yeah.
some Doug videos on it.
Oh really? Nice.
Yeah.
I just watch Viva La Dirt League.
I don't watch them despite my national interest in watching them. Yeah.
All right. Well, peace, brew.
Head off now.
Take care.